Hi, my name is Scott, and I'm so glad that you clicked the button to join us on this free training. In this training, I'm going to teach you how to lose up to 50 pounds of unwanted belly fat without crazy cardio, without ridiculously heavy weights, without long hours in the gym, and without starvation diets. How does that sound? How am I qualified to teach this to you? Well, I just went through it. So it wasn't long ago that I was 260 pounds. And by doing some of the principles that I'm showing you, I have lost almost 70 pounds now. So I have a goal of losing 100 pounds, and you and I were going to get there together. Why? Because I follow my own advice. Oh yeah, I actually take my own medicine. And so thank you for joining me on this free training. At the end of the training, you'll want to stay right to the end, because if you stay to the end, I'm going to send you a free gift just for watching the training. Okay? So thank you so much for joining, and it'll only be about 5 minutes from now. I'm not going to be here for a long time. This isn't like one of those really long videos that you're used to watching. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what we're going to go over, and then we're going to go over it, and then I'm going to send you your free gift, and then you can decide what to do at the end of the presentation. Okay? First, I'm going to share with you the number one key that 99% of people need in order to have great success with any major change in their life. Number two, I'm going to go over the 3 principles of muscle growth that you need in order to build muscle and to lose fat. 3 important principles. And then I'm going to go over the number one principle, or the number one pillar of weight training. The number one thing you need to do no matter what weight training you're doing. The number one thing. And then guess what? I'm going to send you your free gift, and I'm going to give you the opportunity, if you want to work with me, to book a free strategy call. Okay? So let's just go over it real quickly. Number one thing that people need, when I started, I said to myself, I don't know what to do. I was so depressed. I was so sad and embarrassed and out of breath and sweating profusely at different times. Maybe you know that what this is like. If you're watching this presentation, maybe you know what it's like to be so overweight and so worried about the clothes you wear and the places you have to go and the opportunities that people invite you to because you're big and you're slow, and it made me sad, and I needed to do something. I knew I needed to change, but I said to myself this narrative. I said to myself, I don't know what to do. And that's kind of not true. We do know what to do. There's all kinds of information that is out there. And sometimes people say, well, knowledge is power. Go and read books and acquire all this knowledge and watch training seminars and do all of that. Well, Tony Robbins says that knowledge isn't power. Knowledge accompanied by swift action is power. So we have to do something with the knowledge. Otherwise, it's just words. It's just, it isn't really that powerful. The most powerful book in the world, some people might say it's the Bible. Some people might say that it's Think and Grow Rich. Some people might say that it's a 4-hour work week. The most powerful book in the world doesn't mean anything if it doesn't change you, if you don't do something about it. But most people don't. Most people just drink in knowledge, and then that's it. That's it. And then they move on to the next knowledge stack, right? It's like pancakes. They eat one, or they even eat a whole bunch of them. They're reading 3 or 4 different books at a time, but it's not changing them or changing the way that they behave. The number one thing that people need is they need someone else. 99% of people need someone else to be involved in the process. They need a coach. They need a team. They need other people that are interested in helping them get success. And then they also need to be giving, not just receiving. They need to be interested in somebody else's success. That's the key, and that is called what community is really all about. It's about giving and receiving. And it's the number one thing that is missing for most people when it comes to change. People that try to change on their own are not usually successful. People that change with help are frequently more successful at very least. And the same is true when it comes to fat loss. So one of the best things that you can do is become part of a community. One of the best things you can do is to have a coach, is to have a team, and to also not just be receiving from that team, but be giving to that team as well. That's the number one thing. All right, let's get into the three pieces of muscle training that are important. The 3 ways to grow muscle. There's only 3 of them. They are muscle damage, mechanical tension, and metabolic stress. That's what they are. You can go ahead and you can look them up, but basically there's 3 ways. In muscle damage, what it is, you want to tear those muscles, right? So in these movements, we have slow recoils. And again, this is something that you can look at. When we get into mechanical tension, then what we're talking about is high repetitions. Then we get into stress, metabolic stress, where we use heavier weights with fewer reps. We want to combine all of these 3 things on different days in order to have success. If you don't do those 3 things, you'll have some success, but it'll be limited. You'll need to use heavier weights, and that is probably going to slow your process down. This is the most scientifically proven way to actually build muscle, and when you do that, you reduce fat as well. Okay? So those 3 things are the most important parts of building muscle. I want to share with you now just the one principle that you need when you go out and you get into weight training. The number 1 principle is called the principle of ownership. It's owning the weight. In other words, you want to be able to control the weight throughout the entire muscle movement from the bottom all the way to the top with no momentum. Read my lips. No momentum. You don't want to be swinging weights out there. Now, if you want to go ahead and do that, you can, and something will happen. But when you're 50 years old like me, or if you're 70 years old, it's not sustainable. You want to be able to control the weight all the way through the movement. And like my mentor says, you want to be able to let the weight beat you 1 pound at a time. 1 pound at a time. So if you're going up in the motion and you're coming back, you want to think to yourself 10, 20, 30, 40, or however high it's going. It's the principle of ownership. If you can't control the weight, how are you going to challenge it? And if you can't challenge it properly, how are you going to grow it? These are word for word what my mentor says. And so that's the whole picture. That's the whole package. And the all of our workouts are built based on those principles. You need a team. You need to employ the 3 principles of muscle growth. And you need to own the weight all the way through the process. And we're going to show you how to do that. That's it. That's the whole package. That's the whole ball game. But the biggest thing that you're probably missing is the community. And that's what you can be a part of here at Fit 50. Thank you so much for watching this presentation all the way through. I'm going to send you your free gift. I'm actually going to send you our entire workout program in a PDF form. So it's a 20-page set of workouts over 50 days that will help you. Now, you're not going to lose 50 pounds in 50 days, but you're going to get started. And if you keep doing those workouts, you could lose 50 pounds in 5 months like I did. It might take you 6 months. You could get it done in 4. It's possible. But it's going to have a combination of the workouts and all of those 3 components, simple movements that are really easy to do and are not complicated ones, and a week of nutrition, a week of meal plans if you want to use those, some ideas about hydration and supplements. It's all in there, 20 pages. I'm going to send that to you absolutely free of charge, no strings attached. If you want to be part of our community, and if you want to be part of my coaching and have me as your champion, after listening through all of this, then what you can do is you can go to the button below and book a strategy session with me, just to make sure that it could possibly be a fit. In that meeting, I'll share with you all the details about our program. Our program is actually built all in an app, so you don't get the PDF necessarily. You can use the PDF if you want, but you communicate through the app, and it's fantastic and definitely more technologically advanced than the PDF. Okay, so I'd love to hear you. Right now you have a few choices. You could choose to do nothing. And if you do nothing, guess what will happen? Nothing. A year from now, you'll be feeling the same. You know, this isn't about what somebody else might say looks good or what somebody else might say is important. You have to decide for yourself how you want to look and how you want to feel. Please, you owe it to yourself to put action towards becoming that, because you can. There is hope. It doesn't matter how heavy you are. It doesn't matter if you're injured. It doesn't matter whether you're got some kind of hormonal imbalance. We can work through all of those things. If there are certain movements you can't do, we can give you other movements to do. There's nothing that you can't accomplish with some help. So you can choose to do nothing, and nothing will happen. You could choose to take the free workouts and go out and employ them and put them into practice. And then after you've had a bunch of success, please email me and let me know, or hit me up on social media. Let me know the great success that you had with just your willpower and just looking at the workouts and following them. Number 3, you could choose to work with me. You could choose to be on our team. You could choose to be part of the solution, not only for you, but be part of the solution for somebody else. And I really hope that that's an option for you. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Either way, I'd love you to book a strategy call with me. There's no strings attached. I'm not a sales guy. I'm not going to do that. I want to give you as much advice as I can and give you, what I think might be the best for you to see if it's a good fit for us to work together. So go ahead and click the link below, and I'll see you in the next video.